welcome to Spirit Day 2010. Today we celebrate the lives, actually, that we have lost to suicide at the hands of bullies, especially those lives that are in our lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community. Spirit Day is a new event in our nation. A young woman decided that she was very upset about what has happened in recent news reports of bullies and young people killing themselves. And she said, we have to do something about this. So she started a big campaign on Facebook to be able to draw attention to the issue. And she coined it, of course, Spirit Day. And so that is why we are all wearing purple today. Purple in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender flag is the sign of spirit. And all the colors mean something, but purple means spirit. And so I just heard that at the WCA preschool class, they sent home a little note to the parents and said, make sure the preschoolers wear purple today. We're drawing attention to bullying. And they had a big class on that. So we have begun. This is the beginning. And our gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender community in Central Ohio never ever runs from a crisis. We hit it head on. And so today we are going to do that. And we have a big program for you here today with a lot of folks here to talk to you about what they can do to make our community better. We have candles over here at the table to my left where the white tent is. And we want to make sure everyone has a candle for the vigil that will happen as soon as it gets dark. And also we have ribbons that say Spirit Day 2010, so please make sure that you grab one of those for today and wear it tomorrow if you'd like as well, because it's very important that we draw awareness to this very, very sad and important issue in our community. First up in our list of speakers today is a gentleman that is a very dear friend of mine. He's also on the development committee of Stonewall, Columbus. And he actually brought this Spirit Day to my attention because he's a Facebook junkie, I think, and he actually saw it on Facebook and said, you know, we've got to do something too. And I said, yes, I know, we do. What are we going to do? So we decided to plan this event together. And so I would like to bring up to the stage Mr. Stephen Shellabarger.
First thing I would like to do is really thank Karla and her staff and the volunteers at Stonewall who have put this together in, what, 10 days? I think it's amazing. The media is here. You're all here. There are more people coming. And it's really not the easiest thing to do if you've ever done events, to get something this organized and this together in such a short period of time. And I think we all owe them a thank you, a big thank you for doing this. But it's really a very serious event that we're dealing with here. When Karla first asked me to speak, I asked her, I said, what do you want me to talk about? And she said, well, try and give it a little historic perspective. And translated, that means you're the oldest gay person I know. So I thought, okay, a historical perspective, and I started kind of thinking a lot about what this is about today, and historically our community and what's been going on and where we've been in the last 30 or 40 years. So I thought about the 80s first, and I thought about candlelight vigils. And candlelight vigils are something that most of us have been too often. In the 80s, there really wasn't a GLBT community. It didn't exist. Oh, there were bars and we all had circles of friends, but there really wasn't a community. And then, in Columbus, about 1984, gay men began to get sick and die. And there were a whole lot of people out there who didn't care. and government really didn't care. Our lesbian sisters did care, and we became a community because we had to take care of ourselves. We formed organizations like CATF to demand government action. We honored our dead with the AIDS quilt. We began to organize politically. And unfortunately, we attended candlelight vigils like this one. And we read the names of our friends and our partners who had died. Jim, Alan, Michael, Freddie, Steve, and more than we can even think of, too numerous to remember. And we realized that the closet made us invisible and vulnerable. And that only by coming out were we going to change that. And so we began that process. Unfortunately for the people who were sick, they were forced out. But there were others in the community and their bravery who came out as well. And that process continues to this day. And few of us would ever go back. This past month, many of us stood at another candlelight vigil down in front of the State House. Matthew Shepard had died, brutally murdered because he was gay. Secrecy might have protected Matthew. And here we are 10 years later at another candlelight vigil. Progress comes with repercussions. Visibility can be dangerous. And the most vulnerable are our young people. They are, in a sense, the innocent victims of our progress. And therefore, it is our community's responsibility to do anything and everything we can to protect them. We have a duty to educate. We have a responsibility to make young people understand, in what is becoming a very famous phrase, it gets better. Because it has gotten better for each and every one of us as we've gotten older and as we've adjusted to a life where we can live openly and we can live our lives the way we should be able to. 10 years ago, and I'm sure some of you were there at that candlelight vigil, we wore stickers that said, "I am Matthew Shepard. I am Matthew Shepard." To show our community solidarity, we were all Matthew Shepard. And tonight, we are all Seth, we are all Justin, we are all Asher and Raymond and Billy.